I finally got a celebrity cameo approved for streaming, and I'm recording this because I want to talk about how it finally happened. But while I'm talking about it, I'll be opening Amazon packages because I ordered props for the movie. So I'm multitasking here. But anyways, so I did end up finally getting a celebrity cameo, and right here on this, it like literally says like celebrity cameo. Right, so now that meta joke can happen, because in the movie there are like multiple scenes and lines of dialogue that foreshadow a celebrity cameo. Because it's supposed to be like a punchline that happens later in the movie. But as you know, like if you've read my community tab on my YouTube channel, I say that I'm actually following the rules of filmmaking for once, and I'm trying to connect everything together. Now, if I couldn't get a celebrity cameo, all the foreshadowing would just not have made sense. I'm using a fork to try to open this box. But so 6 years ago, I filmed footage with someone from a cult classic, right? He made a cameo in my movie Lukewarm Christian. He appears in the mid-credit scene. I still have that footage on my hard drive, and I reached out to him asking if I could repurpose that footage for this Tubi movie, which I expected him to say yes. So I just proceeded to film all the parts that like foreshadow a celebrity cameo. Now, he unfortunately did not get back to me. So then I started to panic, and I'm like, fuck, I was really relying on him to like basically give me permission to repurpose that footage for this movie. But he did not respond to me, and I have to get his permission to use it for a Tubi movie. He actually has a movie of his own on Tubi. I was like thinking like, okay, he'll definitely say yes, but he's a busy guy, I get it. So then when I didn't hear back from him for like months, I'm like, oh my god, I started to kind of like panic. Is that seriously how big the pinata is? There's a pinata being used in the movie. The head is so small. I can work with it. Anyways, he didn't respond. He never got back to me. Okay, so do I have to assemble this? I hope I don't have... Do I have to assemble this fucking skeleton? Damn it. Damn it, no, I'm lazy. Fuck, I have to assemble it. Damn it, fucking shit. Alright, I have to assemble the skeleton for my movie. I will do that some other fucking time. But, and he didn't get back to me. I started to panic, so I'm like, okay. I have a friend who's friends with a celebrity from a very popular reality show. And I was like, hey, do you think your friend would want to, like, you know, fulfill this celebrity cameo bit for my movie? And he's like, I mean, he's a pretty busy guy. I don't think he will do it. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fair. I get that he's a very busy guy. So then I'm like, okay, so I gotta like try to like find out someone else who's going to do this. And I was like bitching about it on FaceTime a couple nights ago with someone I was talking to, someone who flew to Iowa to visit family, and they're I think they'll be available to film a cameo in the movie on Monday. I was like, who do you think would do the movie? Do you think Keemstar would do the movie? And he's like, man, don't put Keemstar in your fucking movie. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't want Keemstar in my movie. And I'm like, what about Nick Fuentes? He lives up there in Chicago. And he's like, that'd be funny, but I don't think you'll do it. And I'm like, yeah, I know he won't do it. And then he was like, you should try to get Anthony Fantano in your movie. Here's the problem with that. I've made fun of Anthony Fantano. I've said very mean things about Anthony Fantano. And I don't know if you remember this now deleted video on my channel where I said I reached out to a comedy musician. I reached out to this comedy musician that I've shit-talked. Like being a fake bitch and acting like I didn't say that shit. And he had actually seen every mean thing I've ever said about him. And he basically called me out for it. And I felt kind of bad because I didn't think he saw it. So I have to assume that every influencer that I've shit-talked has probably seen it, especially if I said it in a song. Because all it takes is for one fan to send that to them, and they will end up seeing that and hearing the mean things I've said about them or the mean jokes I'm telling. And that's all the props I ordered for the movie. The Ash Ketchum costume is for... Why am I... Obviously, it's for a Pokemon parody. I don't know why. Obviously, you would know that. His name is going to be Ashkenazi Ketchum Yahoo for that bit. But anyways, what was saying? Anthony Fantano. I've said too many mean things about him. And I'm like, I have to reach out to an influencer or a celebrity who I've never shit-talked. So obviously couldn't reach out to Baby No Money. Can't reach out to Young Gravy or anyone like that. Not that they would say yes anyway. And obviously that eliminates a lot of options, because I've shit-talked a lot of fucking people. I need to quit with that. That's why I actually deleted my Karma Houdini on celebrities. Just because it's just mean. I actually uploaded a video where I did ASMR with the names of celebrities who have HIV, and I deleted that like 30 minutes after I uploaded it, because what the fuck? And I was just like, what celebrity is gonna fucking do it? I was like, would Smosh do it? No, why the fuck would Smosh do it? Because I have to think, like, I'm like, it's someone who needs to say, who has to say yes. Someone who would want to do it, someone who wants to be in a young butt piss movie. And eventually I did get someone, and we'll get to that. But first, I downloaded the Cameo app, and I'm like, okay. So in 2018, I paid 3 people to record cameos for me on the Cameo app. I paid Drake Bell in 2018, I paid Perez Hilton, and Bobby Burns. And I was like, I should use the Drake Bell cameo. Here, I'll show you guys the Drake Bell cameo really quickly so you can see what I had him say in 2018, which it's kind of perfect for the movie, because so in 2018 I made a movie called Candy Addict, and approved for streaming. I'm reusing that candy plot where Fit is addicted to candy and candy's treated as drugs. So I had Drake Bell say at the time had something to do with candy.
Hey, it's Drake Bell, and I have an important message for Ace Blackberry from Uzoogle Productions. Stop eating candy. It's not good for you.
And I was like, well, maybe I could just take that and put it in the movie. Can't. I would have to get Drake Bell's permission, and I would have to get permission from the Screen Actors Guild. You know what that is? Screen Actors Guild is a guild that makes sure Hollywood celebrities and actors are fairly compensated for the things that they appear in. And it is fucking illegal for anyone in the Screen Actors Guild to appear in a non-union movie. And approved for streaming, a Young Buttpish movie is very much a non-union movie. So, good thing I'm only casting my friends and family members, which is why the movie's taken so long, by the way. I have to keep... So, most of my time is not spent filming. It is spent scheduling and rescheduling over and over and over and over again, because life happens and like people aren't able to film when they say they can film. So the movie's probably not going to be done until 2027, because I'm not playing every single character myself. I think I'm playing like 14 characters so far, but a lot of my friends and family members are playing all the other roles. Anyways, back to the celebrity cameo. I also had Perez Hilton.
Hi there, I am Perez Hilton. This little angel is Maite Amor, and this message is for Ace Blackberry. I have a few important words for you. Stop eating candy, okay?
Now, I could reach out to Perez Hilton and get his permission, but I don't want him in the movie. So, and also, as for Bobby Burns, no one knows who fucking Bobby Burns is. I'm not going to play that cameo. So, I was like thinking, like, I'm like, it needs to be someone who everyone knows who it is, at least if they're on the internet, and someone who would say yes. So I'm hanging out with Caleb earlier today, and I'm like bitching to him about all this, and he's like naming off YouTubers who might do it, and I'm like, no, he's not going to do it. No, she's not going to do it. No, they're not going to do it. And then he says one name of a YouTuber, and I'm like, actually, they might do it. I reached out to him on Instagram. Asked if they would be interested in filming this thing for a Tubi movie. Originally, I asked, well, we should film this in person. And then he's like, no, well, we're not going to do it in person. But I'll tell you what, you pay me on Cameo, and then I send you whatever you want, and you can take that and use it in your movie. And I'm like, okay, we'll do that. So, yeah, I guess that's the difference between Drake Bell and this guy, is this guy's explicitly giving me permission to use the cameo for the movie. So there's the hints as to who it is. I'm going to keep it a surprise for the actual movie. It's somebody on Cameo. They are a YouTuber. And yeah, he clearly doesn't give a shit that it's being used for a movie. He's probably not even going to remember it was for a movie after he records it. He's only doing it for the money. As every celebrity should. So yeah, that's how I finally got it. Thanks to Caleb. Shout out to Caleb. Caleb's a real one for that. Anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about. So.